Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is your favorite handbag vlogger. Of course, we are going to talk about which Louis Vuitton to buy. Particularly today, we're going to discuss which bags you should buy pre-sale, particularly vintage. Now, do Louis Vuitton bags hold their value? Yes, they actually do on the resale market, but not all styles. There are certain styles that perform better than others. You might have heard me say over and over, buy the vintage bags. They are so much thicker and better quality than what you would get today, and you may be able to find a deal. So here are the top 10, and the first 5 are according to internet research, the bags that are commonly bought and sold on the resale market. And number 1, of course, is the Louis Vuitton Speedy. Now this is my vintage Speedy, and I absolutely love her. You can see the video where I actually compare her to a newer Speedy, and the canvas of this bag is so much thicker. The linings of some of the vintage bags are thicker than what you would get today, so I am a fan of vintage. What's the phrase? One man's trash is another's treasure. Well, none of this is trash. Sometimes people just get tired of holding things or maybe have too much in their closet. Anyhow, the Speedy being the iconic bag of Louis Vuitton, you can find a Speedy of any year, any condition, anywhere on the resale market, and I'm going to list all of my recommendations in this video. Now, other bags that sell very well, number 2 and 3, the ALMA and the NEVERFULL. These are classic bags that will always be in Louis Vuitton's collection. Even though, honestly, when I worked there, we called the Speedy and the NEVERFULL boring, basic bags. It was the time of the influencer hype, and they always wanted the latest and greatest. However, these bags are tried and true. The ALMA was actually designed by Coco Chanel and placed in the Vuitton collection, and it is another iconic bag for Vuitton. I think you can always find the ALMA, particularly in the epi leather. The ALMA looks amazing in the epi leather. And if you're lucky, maybe you can find a giant ALMA mirror bag, the ones that Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton held back in the day. Those are fabulous. Marc Jacobs era, okay. And then number 4 and 5 on the research list is the KEEPALL, which is the ultimate travel, basically the duffel bag, the big version of the KEEPALL. The Speedy is the handbag version of the KEEPALL. The KEEPALL I always see on the resale market. I would highly suggest that you look for any of these bags resale before you go off and buy one brand new, especially if you're going to use it for travel, because it's going to get beat up. And we know when we have something new, that first scratch always hurts the most. So just get one like pre-loved, pre-scratched, then you don't have to worry about it. And lastly on the list is the Pochette accessoire, the cute little bag. I actually used mine as my passport and documents travel on my most recent vacation, and it really is the cutest little bag. I wish I bought this back in the day. I actually skipped it in lieu of Coach bags because I felt like I was getting more for the Coach bags. For at the time, yes, the Coach bag does fit more, but now I see I can actually use the Pochette accessoire for what it is named, for accessories and not as a whole actual purse. And I quite like it. It also has all kinds of cute designs from Murakami, Steven Sprouse, like every single collab was on this Pochette accessoire. And yes, I wish Louis Vuitton still made the vintage version of this bag. I'd say if you can find one under $1,000, it would be a bag that you would use forever and ever and ever. By the way, I have started to sell vintage bags on my channel. You can catch my live streams every Wednesday at 2:30 Pacific time, where every week I pick my favorite vintage bags, try to keep them under $1,000, and they are all in amazing condition. So jump on that. So number 1, anything Murakami. Any vintage item that I see Murakami just flies off the shelves. And personally, I go crazy for them. I killed 2 birds with 1 stone here. Here is my Pochette accessoire, and it happens to be a Murakami. I bought this one a few years ago on eBay for $400. Very lucky. And I remember some of you, I showed this like an unboxing and washed it, and some of you said throw it away, it's junk. I happen to really like it because I do not mind the dark vachetta at all, but it has served me well, and it is that nice thick canvas. So anything Murakami, whether it is multicolor, cherry blossoms, what else did he have? The cherries, the cerises, and the pandas, the little pandas. Anything Murakami, especially vintage, is, I mean, it's just so special. Now that era around like the early 2000s when Marc Jacobs was the forefront of Louis Vuitton, he brought all types of artistry collaborations, and he really brought Louis Vuitton to the map, like back into the fashion world. Also started ready to wear. So the bags of that era are like just, they're funky and they're fun and they're very detailed. So we're gonna get into that in a little bit more. Next on the list is the THAMES, and this is available in the monogram and the dame-ébène. It's got that big plaque on it. That's like such a Marc Jacobs signature move. This is a HOBO under the arm bag. And yes, that style is totally back in. I did show this on my live show last week in the dame-ébène, and I don't usually go for a dame-ébène bag, but I happen to really love this, particularly because the condition of the leather was really good. When they are treated with the brown, chocolate brown dye, it's actually really stiff and it doesn't change color. So for those of you who don't like the vachetta changing, if you look for a vintage bag in dame-ébène, that chocolate brown coating actually preserves the leather more so than you would find in a monogram bag with the vachetta handle. So something to think about, whether you're buying your bag today or if you're buying like an older bag, here's another reason you might want to consider a dame-ébène. Another favorite on my list, now I don't come across this bag very often, but when I do, when I see someone holding it, it is the cutest little thing, and it's the petite bucket. This is not the Noé, it is not the Neo Noé, it is the petite bucket bag. It looks like a little bucket with long handles that you can sling over your shoulder. And these bags are very reasonably priced. They're actually quite simple in design, but very classic looking. They're not screaming anything like, look at me. It's just a very simple, classic chic bucket bag. And if you're lucky, you can find the vintage ones with the pouch still connected inside. I'm seeing that that's quite hard to find. But anyway, I feel like this is one of the cutest bags that Vuitton has ever made. So by the way, I'm going to list these bags from Fashion File in the links below. If you shop through my links, I do receive a small commission, or if there's anything in particular you are looking for, let me know in the comments. I do go live every Wednesday, and if these bags happen to be in the inventory, I will pull them and show them because I love showing them. So the next on my list is the Manhattan. Hello, okay, another Marc Jacobs era. I can't stop talking about it. It has the big buckles, it's got the big studs. So there are two versions of this. One is the PM, and one is the GM. The GM has an extra leather strap going down the middle. This is so Paris Hilton, that big, chunky 2000s handbag that I love that style. It was my era of fashion. I was in my 20s. I was like, had a first big girl job so I could go shopping and start to put my wardrobe together. But y'all, these bags, they are just coming back into fashion. They might not always been, like it might have been sitting dormant in someone's closet for a while, but these are styles that even though they're not classic like the SPEEDY, they're another part of the Vuitton era that is going to always be referenced back to and always live on forever and ever and cycle, and they'll go to the vault and bring these back. But these are the bags that you can hold forever, really. Last on the list that always stands out to me, I always think of this bag, is the TIVOLI. And there's two styles of this, PM and the GM. The PM, it's more my size because it's like cute. I'm more of a small handbag person. But the GM, the way that the shoulder straps attach and cross on the bag, and this gives the bag that beautiful design that no other Louis Vuitton has this type of cross design on its bag. That's something I've always loved about the Tivoli. Not only that, the pleats, the little dumpling shape. Marc Jacobs was really great with the pleats, which makes the bag actually quite girly. And quite frankly, gives you like something to look at, gives the bag some texture, some ruffle. And also I see this bag as quite versatile in size. It's even a great weekender bag type of thing, like alternative to your Neverfull. So those are the bags I am highlighting this week. I'm going to tag each bag in the video and also in the description so you can shop for them. And let me know in the comments what is your favorite vintage bag, or if there's one in particular you are looking for. I am still working on my handbag platform called THEHANDBAG.EXCHANGE, which will allow my viewers to buy, sell, and trade bags. There are so many moving parts of this right now that it's evolving and evolving. So if you have submitted your handbag and have it posted, thank you for doing so. And please remain patient with me as we get this program going. And for those of you who are interested, go ahead and take a look and join the email list. It's THEHANDBAG.EXCHANGE, and I will keep you updated on all things handbags, not just Louis Vuittons, but all things handbags, pre-loved, vintage, and brand new. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And since this is out on Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day to all the moms. And don't forget, my live show selling these vintage bags will be on Wednesdays at 2:30 PST. I will see you guys soon. Thank you for joining. Bye.